forfeiture.
Face that we hide away forever, and we take them out and show ourselves when everyone has gone. Some are satin, some are steel, some are silk and some are leather. They're the faces of the stranger, but we love to try them on. Disregard the danger, though we share so many secrets. There are some we never tell. Why were you so surprised that you never saw the stranger? Did you ever let your lover see the stranger in yourself? Don't be afraid to try again. Everyone goes south every now and then. You've done it, why can't someone else? You should know by now. You've been there yourself. Once I used to believe I was such a great romancer that I came home to a woman that I could not recognize. When I pressed her for a reason, she refused to even answer. It was then I felt the stranger kick me right between the eyes. Well, we all fall in love, but we disregard the danger. Though we share so many secrets, there are some we never tell. Why were you so surprised that you never saw the stranger? Did you ever let your lover see the stranger in yourself? Don't be afraid to try again. Everyone goes south every now and then. You've done it, why can't someone else? You should know by now. You've been there yourself. You made
Music.
Let me tell you this. The older you do get, the more rules are gonna try to get you to follow. You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
chopper is loaded. Hop on the roof, got my name on the curtain. Fucking your thought and I do that for certain. And I stay clean like detergent. Popping on Xannies and popping on Perk. Run up on me, you get cooked like a turkey. Till my fingers blue. Till my fingers blue. I like cow hunnids till my fingers blue. Till my fingers blue. Till my fingers blue. I like cow hunnids till my fingers blue. I just fucked this bitch inside a Billy Cool. Hop up in the red, got stars up on the roof. I like selling mid because I smoke the booth.
in the morning.
I want to tell you about a plan you can follow which takes only a little time each day, 5 days a week, and which brings results out of all proportion to the time spent. For a moment, consider the things your mind has brought you. Everything you have, your work, your relationship with your family and others, your philosophy of life, all come to you as a result of using your mind.
Akira.
Now consider the estimate made by experts. You have probably been operating on less than 10% of your mental capacity, much less. Dr. Herbert Otto, psychologist, educator, and chairman of the National Center for the Exploration of Human Potential, reminds us that many well-known scientists, such as the late Abraham Maslow, Margaret Mead, Gardner Murphy, O. Spurgeon English, and Carl Rogers, subscribe to the hypothesis that man is using a very small fraction of his capacity. Margaret Mead quotes a 6% figure. Herbert Otto writes, "My own estimate is 5% or less." Neurological research at the UCLA Brain Research Institute points to enormous abilities latent in everyone by suggesting an incredible hypothesis. The ultimate creative capacity of the human brain may be, for all practical purposes, infinite. Infinite. Problem-solving purposes. Yefremov, the eminent Soviet scholar and writer, says, man under average conditions of work and life uses only a small part of his thinking equipment. If he were able to force our brain to work at only half its capacity, we could, without any difficulty whatever, learn 40 languages, memorize the large Soviet encyclopedia from cover to cover, and complete the required courses of dozens of colleges. Now, this statement is hardly an exaggeration. It is the generally accepted theoretical view of man's mental potentialities. Infinite.
days even care if the next man's alive or dead. I didn't wanna look the day he lies too hard. I feel like something's changed, but I can't understand. Wake up, live someone else's dream. Smile, smile, 'cause they're all watching. Shake up, shake down, they can't hear you scream. Smile, smile, can't you hear me sing?
Tall and walk away. There's a rhythm there are miles and miles to go. And I've been down this road before. There's another chance to show. No need to crawl no more. To see you there in Spain. That was a month ago and change. And now I think you need some space. I will pause and stand with space.